One of the marks of a good company is that they don't mind bad reviews. In fact, they try and take those bad reviews and learn from them. And that's exactly what happened the first time I reviewed a Bells of Steel product. It didn't go all that well. So when I saw Kayvon, the owner of Bells of Steel, at Home GymCon this year, I was surprised when he said, "Thank you for the review, and you can take pretty much anything in the booth home and give us a second shot, and hopefully we do better this time." And like I said, regardless of what you feel about Bells of Steel, that to me is a sign of a good company. And that's what I'm here to do today, is to take a look at my second Bells of Steel product. Welcome back to the GymCrafter YouTube channel. My name is Tim. I'm the head gym nerd here at GymCrafter.com, the website that I built to help ordinary folks like you and I build home and garage gyms that we absolutely love. And part of absolutely loving our home and garage gyms is having gear in them that we absolutely love as well, which is why I do these equipment reviews. Before I get started, make sure you like the video if you like it. Wait a little bit and find out. Subscribe to the channel so that you know when I release new videos, and hit that bell so that it gets you notified, and it helps the channel out too. So with that all said, let's get into the review. And today what I'm looking at is the Bells of Steel Rackable Curl Bar. Like I said, I went to Home GymCon this year and I was actually kind of nervous about running into Kayvon. Probably one of the worst reviews that I've done on this, as far as the product goes and how much I kind of didn't like it, was the first thing that Bells of Steel sent me was their Rackable, what they called their industrial curl bar. And everything from the Cerakote to the sleeves made this funny clicking noise when they spun. The finish on the sleeves themselves was blotchy and unevenly applied. It was really kind of a hot mess. So I knew I was going to run into Kayvon, and I was nervous, and he couldn't have been nicer. So regardless of what you think about Bells of Steel, they have a good leader over there. And not only, like I said in the intro, was he accommodating about the bad review and said, "Hey, we didn't make a great product. Thanks for pointing all that stuff out. But hey, let's give us a second chance. Take something from the booth and give us a second chance." So I thought it was appropriate to take another curl bar because I played with a bunch of stuff there. I honestly didn't have room to take home a machine, which I would have liked to have done. But I thought, you know what, let's give their curl bar a second chance. I've been on the hunt for a Rackable curl bar that I love. I've had a few in here, and you've seen the reviews on the channel, and they just haven't been exactly what I'm looking for. And I was hoping that this one would be it. And to give you the long story short, this one is still not the curl bar that I'm looking for. Aww. But that comes with a caveat. So let's take a look at the things that I do like about this, and then I'll show you a couple of things that I wish were different. And the cool thing is that all the stuff that I wish was different is actually already different. So let's take a look. First of all, the finish on this, I get a lot of comments on this. This is a blue Cerakote, fully rackable curl bar. It has what they call black titanium sleeves on it, which looks super sweet. The combination looks great. No, I didn't steal Papa Smurf's curl bar. But I get a lot of comments on my YouTube videos of, "Hey, what's that curl bar in the background?" Now, the bad news is they don't make the blue anymore, but that's also good news. Here's the things that I really like, aside from the color of the finish. The sleeves spin great, right? The sleeve spin is great for the curl bar. Got lightly grooved or lightly ridged sleeves on here, so it makes that funky noise when you put the weights on. If you don't like that, it might bother you a little bit, but it is a nice finish. It also gives a little bit more durability to the finish because instead of sliding on a smooth surface, it slides on the ridges, and this finish has actually held up really well. I've had this curl bar for 6-8 months. I've used it quite a bit, and I use it for curls, obviously. I like to use curl bars like this for a close grip bench press because it gives me a little bit of angle. When you come down in a close grip bench press, if you're using a straight bar, it tends to angle your wrists so that it hurts. Whereas if you use a curl bar like this, then you come down and your wrists stay at a natural angle, and it makes it a lot more comfortable. So I do like that. And I use it for skull crushers and a couple of other things. So I definitely give it its use. It's not the most used specialty bar in my gym, but an easy curl bar never will be. But if you're looking for an easy curl bar, one of the things I love about this is that it is rackable. I do own a short curl bar, and one of the biggest pains about a short curl bar is trying to load weights. You've got to kind of balance it on your bench and put the weights on either side, not have it tip over. And I really like being able to rack this. It's also nice if you want to lift a little bit heavier with it. You don't have to worry about getting it into position. You can just set it on your J-hooks and away you go. So I love the rackable length. The sleeves are plenty long for a curl bar. They're a little bit shorter than your standard barbell, but I don't think you're going to be loading up hundreds of pounds on a bar like this. And in fact, the bar itself weighs just over 25 pounds, which I like because some of the movements that you do with a bar like this, you're going to want a lighter weight, and I like that it starts off at a lighter weight. So those are things that I really like. The thing that I like most about this bar, aside from the spin, which by the way, it spins on, looks like brass bushings, it's knurled from end to end completely across the thing. I had the Rep Fitness curl bar in stainless steel, which I really liked. However, they only put these little patches of knurl on there, which were even kind of narrower than my hand, and I just didn't like using it. And it seems like every other curl bar that I've tried, they'll knurl the patch they think you're gonna use, not understanding that a utility bar like this, you actually end up using most of the bar at different points and for different exercises. So I love the fact that it's knurled end to end. The quality of the knurl itself, before you put the Cerakote on, is actually really good. Bells of Steel has a nice medium aggressive, a little bit more on the aggressive side, but it's not so much that it rips up your hands. On a curl bar, you don't necessarily want a super aggressive knurl. And that's because you're typically, especially if you're doing bodybuilding workouts, you're doing high rep stuff. It wouldn't be uncommon for somebody doing a bodybuilding program to do 15 to 25 reps with a bar like this and then do 5 or 8 or 10 sets. So a real aggressive knurl is gonna really be rough on your hands. So I think this is a good balance for a curl bar and I like it a lot. The problem with this bar, and the reason why it's not my, gonna be my forever curl bar, is the Cerakote itself. This blue Cerakote is put on here. It's nice and even, but it's really, really thick and it dulls the knurl quite a bit. And in fact, it even makes it a little bit slick. One of the things that I like to do with this type of a bar is both upright rows and then bent over rows, again, because it gets your wrists in a nice angle for doing those movements. And unfortunately, the Cerakote really takes away some of the grip, and it's enough to where it's almost distracting. So I'm not a big fan of this Cerakote. Now here's the good news. If you were to go to Bells of Steel website, if you like this blue color and it matches these snazzy blue Bells of Steel magnetic collars, I've got these on here. I'll tell you what, these aren't that expensive. I'll put a link down below. In fact, I'll put a link for both of these down below. And those are affiliate links. So if you do decide to purchase something through those, that helps the channel out. Doesn't cost you anything. You guys know the drill if you watch Garage Gym channels, but that is how we support ourselves. That is how we continue to make videos and buy new equipment. So if you do want to purchase something, please use those links. But I'll put a link to these. I really love these collars. They're nice and thin. They fit a curl bar like this really well, because if you do want to put a lot of plates on here, like I was doing drop sets where I was taking 10-pound plates off, and having a thin collar like this allows you to put more plates. I use only bumper plates. Sometimes they take up a lot of space on the bar. So I like that. They're magnetic, so they're always right on the rack where I need them. And even though I've got some higher end collars across the way, I typically don't grab those unless I'm going to be dropping the bar. So real good deal on collars. Get them in a bunch of colors. Cool blue color. Again, didn't steal Papa Smurf's collars either, but they do match the bar, right? But this Cerakote, like I said, is a little slick. Now, Bells of Steel has addressed this. And if you look on their website right now, this bar no longer comes in this color. It comes in 2 different finishes. It's going to come in an E-coat, a black E-coat with bright zinc sleeves, which I think looks really sharp. Zinc sleeves are going to last you a long time. They're very durable. And the E-coat is going to be a great coating for not dulling the knurl. If I was to order this bar, if I was to go to Home Gym Con and grab another version, I would grab that black E-coat. Now they also make it in their black Cerakote with the gold titanium sleeves, which looks really, really sweet. Now the Cerakote on the black one isn't as thick as this. I did feel that at Home Gym Con. It's not as thick or as slippery as this. So that's also another good choice. So the way I would pick between those is if you really like something more on the aggressive of medium aggressive side, that E-coat one's your choice. If you want something that's just got a little bit of the edge taken off, because no matter how good of a job you do with Cerakote, it's still gonna take a little bit of the bite out of the knurl, but some of you guys like that and you want something that's gonna be a little easier on your hands, and that's a much better way to approach it than wearing lifting gloves, which you never want to do. Get that one if you're worried about the aggressiveness of the knurl. It's still going to give you great grip. It's not going to be slick like this one, and it's going to look sweet in either color variations. So there you go. There's the Bells of Steel curl bar. I actually really like it, especially it's a lot better than the other one that I had. I like that they took the feedback and realized this was a little bit too slippery, and they don't sell these blue bars anymore. As cool as the blue looked, you don't want to trade looks for performance, and I'd rather have the better coatings in the black color like they have over there now. So head on over there and pick one of those up if you want one. Like I said, affiliate links are down below so you can check them out. They're always running sales, but it's a great price to start off with. And that is what I got for this. So thanks for hanging until now. If you haven't hit the like button until now and you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Again, make sure you're subscribed. And until the next review, I'm Tim with GymCrafter.